Walking through downtown Greenville. Wait, let me adjust my tripod for a sec. Damn, there we go. Okay, so I said I'm downtown Greenville, just getting some shots, getting some practice in. And, days like this, you know what I'm saying, it was a gloomy day. It rained on and off all day today. And like, you know what I'm saying, maybe that kind of like triggered my mood just a little bit. And I just had the thought like, yo, I was going to go out and just shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of stuff on my mind, professional things, personal things. You know what I'm saying? They never tend to like, it's always a blurred line between the two sometimes, especially when you're an artist. And, photography, what I love about photography is, it helps me, it's therapeutic in a way. It helps me get my mind off things. Anything that's bothering me, I'll go out and shoot. Even if I don't have nobody to work with, like for instance, if I don't have a model, or if I don't, I don't have an event to go to, I don't have like a concert or like, even if I'm not getting paid, I'll still go out and just shoot because like I said, it's very therapeutic for me. It's very, helps me clear my mind. You know what I'm saying? Things that was bothering me. Yeah, they're gonna pop back up in my mind, and they're gonna pop back up, because life be lifing. But in the moment, it makes you feel like, yo, it's gonna be all right. And then once you feel that moment inside of you, you just keep that shit and hold on to it as long as you can. Cause I promise you, you're gonna feel like in that slump, in that drought again. So that's like my advice to, the shooters out there, the photographers out there, the visionaries out there. Things ain't going well in your life, shoot. You single, shoot. Not single, shoot. If you didn't get that gig, you didn't get that job or whatever that you was looking for, just shoot, bro. I promise you, everything's gonna work out much, much better. I promise you. And it's therapeutic, like I said. If you truly love to do this thing, you know what I'm saying, without any type of monetary gain, without any type of exposure, you would do it just because you love to do it. And, that's my message. That's my TED Talk. That's my wild talk. Be wild, the visionary. Hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Hope y'all enjoy y'all Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, whenever you're going to watch this video. I'm gonna post it. Enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Wild House TV. I'm signing out. Have a lot more things coming up. Definitely getting back to the street vlogs. Remember the street vlogs where I was traveling, doing street photography in each city that I go to. I'll share and do share the Black history of each city that I go to. And that takes some time because it requires a lot of research. As far as the places to visit. Let's say there's a museum, if there's a landmark that I want to visit, that takes a lot of research. So I tend to strategize on how I'm going to do this. I know my last videos, you guys seen me going all around the country, just touring everywhere. Phoenix, LA, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Charlotte. Those are probably my favorite cities of touring. I'm still going to do tours, but I'm not touring with artists anymore, if that makes sense. I'm doing my own tours. I'm doing photography tours, doing film festival tours, promoting my films, promoting my photography, working with artists. I'm still going to work with artists in different cities that I go to. But, as far as being a photographer on a tour while doing showcases, I'm not that guy anymore. No disrespect. I love to the music industry. Shouts out to everybody who gave me my opportunity, but I feel like I need to branch off and just do my own thing. So my vision for 2026, my goals for 2026 is just continue shooting, sharpening my craft, sharpening my blade, sharpening my sword. And I'm always going to network, promote, post more. Definitely post more. That's my goal. And you know, I had a lot of goals that I didn't get to accomplish last year in 2025. So I low key kind of have like a chip on my shoulder when it comes to you know, my goals and everything I want to accomplish. You know what I mean? So this year, definitely, definitely, definitely getting back to it. Definitely getting on that grind. And you know, had a lot of contemplating on rather I'm going to stay in this game full time, you know, going part time, because like I tell artists, I tell people all the time, like, yo, being a full time photographer is cool. It's great. You know what I'm saying? You pick your own schedule, be creative all the time, but if you don't have that mind state, if you don't have a positive mind state, you know, when things are not going well, there's going to be times where you get gigs, you're not going to get no gigs for about 3-4 months, maybe longer than that. You know, I could tell you guys my best months last year in 2025 was from May to September. Those are the summer months. So everything else between that, the fall, the winter, the spring, I was up and down. I was up and down like the stock exchange. So just stay positive, stay grounded, and don't let photography, don't let creating videos be just your one and only source of income. Because like I said, it's going to be months where, you know what I mean? There's going to be months where you're not shooting. You're not getting any. I mean, you're still shooting. You got to practice. Like I said, just go out and shoot. Just go out and shoot. But there's going to be times where you ain't going to, you know, things might be slow. So, shit, if you got to do Uber, if you got to bust tables, you know what I'm saying? If you got to do DoorDash, if you got to, you know, daycare part-time, if you got to work in a warehouse, you do what you have to do to maintain your photography career. Do what you have to do, because my mistake for all these years, letting photography be my one and only source of income. You know, that was my mistake. Truthfully, I learned in Atlanta when I moved to Atlanta, like, yo, I have to adapt. I have to learn how to make other avenues, have multiple streams of income, because obviously that's what it's all about. In 2026, we got to have multiple streams of income. We have to. That's a must, you know. But I'm rambling right now. I'm rambling. I need to go back out and practice some more. So that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Be wild. Like I said, y'all like, subscribe, share, comment. I said this already. But like I said, I'm rambling, you know, because there's a lot of things on my mind today. So, you know, I just had to come out here and I just had to, you know, release some tension, take the edge off, you know, without intoxicating myself, you know, and that's a good thing too. You know, always find other different avenues to take the edge off without getting a drink, getting a smoke. You know what I'm saying? Get some fresh air, get creative. You know what I mean? Be wild, the visionary, Wild House TV, we out.